Good morning. Happy, healthy, fabulous. And I'm Ro, your happy mindset coach. And we've been talking about budgeting and about having a good mindset, about money and a happy mindset, because we're not going to be really happy unless we have a happy mindset about our day-to-day things. And handling bills and money and stuff is day-to-day. And so we have to form a happy mindset. But what came up in talking about that is, if it's not that you don't know how to budget or you haven't done it and you have to learn, but if it's about something different, like compulsive behavior about spending, that's a whole different thing. So I want to address that now, because before we talked about, children, babies that are abused and have trauma, they build up sadness and pain inside of them. If it's not dealt with, it stays there. And for a lot of adults, it comes out as being abusive and criticizing and mean and aggressive in your behavior. And it's all that deep, hidden, buried pain. Well, there's another way that it can show up with people, and that's in the form of depression. And depression we usually think of depression as lethargy, like a paralysis, like people's inability to do things, to take action, to make decisions. But depression can show up in so many different ways. Like one of the ways it can show up is negativity, where all we can imagine is bad things happening, including disasters. It can show up as distraction, for instance, compulsive shopping, eating, working, distracting yourself with socializing. Social media is a new thing that we can distract ourselves with. So distraction and compulsive behavior is another way that people deal with their depression and their pain. Scarcity mindset, that's another thing, where you believe that there's not enough food, there's not enough money, there's not enough stuff. Okay, and that can result in severe anxiety and hoarding. Perfectionism is a constant fear of not doing something well, making mistakes, not being good enough, and compensating with criticism, self-criticism especially, but also criticizing others. And these behaviors coming from that pain that's within you, or can be helped. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a great way of dealing with that. In cognitive behavioral therapy, the therapist works with the beliefs and the thoughts that are causing the behavior and uncovers the pain that's creating these beliefs and thoughts. So getting a good cognitive behavioral therapist can really help move you out of that pain and that fear and that those behaviors that are creating sadness and unhappiness in your life. So this wasn't a very upbeat talk, but I hope it helps. And I needed to say it. So I hope you have a great day and insist on fabulous. Bye.